Morning, y'all. I've been loving these morning talks. I don't know why I never set up my stand. I have a stand. I always wind up holding the phone. Anyway, I guess it's like more, I don't know what it is, but anyhow, um, this this talk might be a little bit more in depth. I don't want to say advanced. It's more specific. So I guess this is a disclaimer. If you don't have like an awareness or interest of like ETs, other dimensional beings, demons, angels, whatever, if that's not like something that's particularly resonant or in your field, then this one, probably isn't for you, and that's cool too. So peace and love to you. And if you feel called to stick around, no accidents. But there are surprises, as they say. So, with that being said, there can be a point where an opening, shift in one's awareness can dramatically open one's perceptual field up to things in space and time and space that have gone on for long periods of time, and different paradigms of reality, different you could say influences, entities, species, the cosmic connections and oneness and relations, our relations to these beings, their relations to us, how this relates throughout time and space in a way that is so non-linear that it boggles even the most enlightened being on the planet that would attempt to even try to explain some of this would they wouldn't deem it necessary in that way. So this stuff can come up, and it can be intense. They can be very intense, okay? And there can be a lot of infatuation and seeming confusion and conflict that could arise. I think this is rapidly being eradicated and alleviated and transitioned in such a way to where there's little to no fear, and the familiarity with these things are just transitioning in such a way that it's so smooth, it's so effortless. And it's really to the point where, we have that choice, like, to open up to levels of perception and alignment and love in the field, and to harmonize in that way. And I'm not saying in an abstract way. This is also very grounded. This is coming back to being very grounded and rooted, also simultaneously, while seeing that that's only one aspect of it, right? So it's being recognizing that yes, there is assuming role for this this point, this body way has a role here, has a purpose, an interaction with family, with friends, with the environment, with life, okay, with life and love itself, harmonizing, you could say, man, nature, animal, all beings in that sense, how to harmonize love in the fullest, and truth and wisdom, and embody that, you could say, right? And that's always the case through every you could say dimensional density of experiencing. That's always the quote unquote, if you could say there's a goal, that's the goal, right? To more efficiently harmonize and recognize that harmony that is beneath, right? While simultaneously seeing and acknowledging the bigger picture, the bigger scope, and not shying away from one's role or responsibility in that, right? So there can be that attempt to recognize, like, oh, okay, it doesn't matter, I'm going to avoid it. No, right? That can be a period, and that can seem to be like, might be phases or whatever to a degree, but more and more it's really like you're aligning with that, right? So you're aligned with that identity principle of self, the I am. And as you do that, you're just opening up to all of those potentials that are there. So it's like you're still, because we feel like we're gonna lose something. That's the lie. Like, I'm gonna lose this. Like, I have to give up. I'm here at my family's house. They have like a beautiful, beautiful, y'all. I mean, this is beautiful. I mean, you can't even see all the birds out there. Pops has got a little mini damn chipping golf course thing out there. I don't golf. No, not yet. Who knows? There will be none. But yeah, man. So it's like the idea that love and what's pure and what's worthy of being cherished is somehow going to be lost, right? That somehow by these insights or recognitions or new levels of identity with divinity, it's new levels of identity with divinity, that you're going to lose some sense of something, of who you are in essence. Who you are in essence, that I am, can never be lost. The truth of what you are can never be lost. What you are not can be lost. That can be lost. That will be lost, right? That must be lost. We want to lose that because we're not what we're not. It's an impossibility. That doesn't even make sense to talk about. So at this point, it's really just stepping into the recognition of like, wow, we really do have, and the ones that see this and that are called and that recognize we have this power, we have this magnitude, we don't have to ignore and fear, because that's also the temptation is like to push those things away, those insights and recognitions, like, oh no, I don't need to pay attention to that. I got to focus on this. I got to be grounded, or the other end of the spectrum is I got to negate all this shit and just ignore it. It's not real. It's not true. Just pure light, divinity, nothing that's blasted into oblivion light. Like, these are the two. Those are extremes, guys. That's the obvious extremes of that is ridiculous. So we're coming in to just being on every level, and inviting that in on every level, and being like however we are and wherever that seems to be, being rooted and grounded in the truth of what we are, that divinity, that I am, that is throughout all of those densities and shines and radiates from the true light of what you are, and I am, and all is, in any form, in any presentation. We're disappearing what is not, right? And there will be those presentations that seem to show up in a recognition of that, what seems to be, that can be. I think more and more, there's a lot of those that are really seeing that in a way right now, and are aware of how that's reflecting on like the screen, the global screen. And that's just like, really, it's like such a joke. Like, if you, like, anybody that's really paying attention, it's like undoing itself. It's such a hilarious joke that we ever like took this serious or thought this was a threat, or like these guys this was going somewhere, or like what? Like love hadn't won a long time ago. Like, we're not stepping into the magnitude of ourselves and our joy together. Like, we're not all united in Christ in the truest sense of what that is, of what you are and I am. Not just on this planet. Not just throughout this solar system. Not just throughout this galaxy, this universe, multiverse. All knows that. Or will know that. God is, love is, I is. We are. So, man, I love these morning talks. Whew, they got me blown out right now. I'm ready to go. Whew. Instead of like Sith lightning, I call it bliss lightning. All right. Peace and love, y'all. Bye.